Hello, everyone, and welcome to the React to the K Weekly podcast, a podcast where we listen to a K-pop album and give our honest thoughts and opinions on it every week. Except this week, we're not listening to an album, but we are instead rating and we're ranking the. Are we rating?
Get it right.
Are we rating or are we ranking
We're
this time?
We're ranking.
This time it's a rank.
No, yes. Rating is like every single song 1 out of 10.
Yes.
We're
ranking
in comparison.
The top 10 most streamed K-pop songs according to the Circle Global K-pop chart. We picked the global chart because we are part of the global audience.
Even though Umu wanted to do Korean
wanted
because
to do
it's
the
all
Korean
day
one
6.
because there are better songs on there,
quote unquote.
I can believe that.
but we chose to do the global chart for you guys. And my name is Colton. Did I say that already?
Nope.
My name's Colton, and today I'm joined by our regular host, Umu.
You will never be able to get rid of me.
And someone we haven't seen for a while.
It's Kevin.
To our video viewers, do you want to do like a little?
Oh no. Oh,
What is it?
dear. Oh.
And for the audio viewers, Kevin is hesitantly holding up his hand to show a sparkling gold ring on his marriage finger.
Yeah. Married.
Woo! How has the married life been?
It's pretty great.
Heck
it's pretty
yeah.
great, you know. It's a lot of responsibility, but a lot of joy. And yeah, gotta
His wife is awesome.
Yes, she is.
She's amazing violinist and she kills us all at board games.
That's right. That's right.
And that's why like this will probably be your last React to the K weekly guest appearance podcast. You're continuing with the main series, but podcast.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know. You might.
We're leaving it open-ended?
Yes.
Okay, we're leaving it
open-ended.
open-ended. But that's why he's been busy being an amazing husband.
Right.
Which
That's
is
right.
why you haven't heard his
You
voice
know,
for a
times
bit.
have changed. Wow.
So, yeah, that's Kevin's life update. He's doing amazing. And Colton and I, well, you've heard and seen us a lot recently, so we're just here again. A lot of these songs we have talked about before. Ooh, Colton has a squeaky chair.
Yep, it's really bad.
Let's squeak some more.
Let's squeak some more. A lot of these songs we've talked about on previous podcast episodes, but we'll make sure to mention that, I guess, at the beginning of each song if we have. Now,
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about these songs.
Yeah, me too.
I'm very excited as well.
Oh, really?
I'm less excited to talk about these songs as I am to hear what your opinion is, because this is very hard.
Yeah.
This is a weird crop of songs.
I feel like I have a really solid understanding of my favorite ones on here and my like least favorite, but then everything in the middle, I'm just like,
Oh.
it could change depending on the day.
I found specific justifications for like all of them, including the ones in the middle, like why one of them is like 6, 5, or 4.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because Colton and we had a discussion a couple weeks ago and we're like, well, we know the obvious standout ones are blank. But both of us were like, we wonder what Kevin, probably going to be the same as us, maybe.
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 I want there's going to be some controversy.
Is there going to be like an anime, what is it called? Anime
betrayal?
anime
Betrayal.
shock twist.
Yeah.
It isn't a podcast episode without Kevin
That's
giving
right.
us the plot
It's
twist
gonna-
of
it's gonna happen.
the century.
Yeah. Let's start with this. I
Okay.
remember doing this list for last year
Okay,
with
yes.
Safion.
2023, yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think this crop of songs are quite a bit worse.
Oh my god, it was the exact opposite for me. I
Ooh, Umu
actually
thought they were
like these.
better.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like I own 7 out of the 10. Like I actually
Mm.
physically purchased them on Apple Music.
Interesting.
Whereas I don't think I listened to
Hmm.
any from
Let me
last
think.
year.
The thing
on
is
my own
that
time.
there are some the bottom ones on this list are really low for me. They're like really bad. But then like the mediums, suddenly it gets a lot better.
Okay.
But then they stay in that zone where like I could take it or leave it. And then
Yeah.
we get to the top and there's like a couple
Okay.
that
Okay.
are like yeah.
Whereas Colton only think 2 of them are great, right? Is that how we phrased
Yeah,
it?
pretty much.
Because I'm trying to think about like the year, like thinking about last year, there are memories I associate with like the year. There's like the flower
Aw.
one. There's like
What? Oh, Jisoo?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's like the Jisoo one. There's I don't know. It felt like a more diverse list, maybe.
That makes well,
Does
no,
that
it was
make
all
sense? There's
it was all
four
New
NewJeans
Jeans
songs on last year's
Oh,
list.
that's true. I don't know. It's me. It's me. It's a vibe.
But this year we did do some meddling of the list. We did top 8-ish plus 11th
Well,
and 12th.
yeah, a couple of them were the same as last year's. So we had to, I think
Super Shy.
seven, Jungkook and Super Shy were both repeats. So they're not on this year's list. Go check out last year's podcast.
That's right.
It's called Most Streamed K-Pop of 2023 Global Circle Chart. Yeah, there was also 50-50. Yeah, Jungkook, a lot of New Jeans, Jisoo.
Yep.
Whereas I like all this. Anyways, shall we start off with
Yeah, we should.
number 10? Is this in any order? No, it isn't alphabetical order.
This is
Oh, no,
from-
this is 10 to 1.
1.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do 10 to 1.
Do we know what this was? Was this like 12?
It was like 12 or 13.
12 or
I don't-
13.
But should we talk about how we're gonna do it? Like reveal
Sure.
the ranking at the end. Oh, I mean, you're the one who.
But you're the one who brought it up.
What? So wait. So okay, we can start from this. If I. If
So
yeah.
after we are done talking about each song, we're basically just gonna say whether we have a high, middle, or low opinion of that song, and at the end we're gonna reveal our full ranking from 10 to 1.
I will say this: my high, medium, or low, almost an even split. There's not like yeah, like a lopsided. Like somehow without my, because I did the high, medium, low separately, and then I did the ranking.
Oh.
Interesting.
And then, yeah, I used my high, medium, or low to influence my ranking. But it somehow ended up being like it's going to be like a 3-4-3 or 4-3-3. I'm not going to reveal what the distribution is, but it's like even.
Oh. Respect.
It's
I
pretty
did not think
shocking.
of it that way. I just am saying high, medium, or low based on the number that I
Yeah, mine's just a
opposite.
3-4-3 based on
Oh, really?
where I put them. Yeah.
Oh, no, my opinion. Yeah, for me, my opinion and my ranking were like.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there were 3 bad ones,
Oh.
or 3 or 4. I forget. So this is in my
three
head.
bad ones,
Yeah,
right?
this is all in my head. So not even I know if I was bluffing right now or not.
All right, why don't we just get started?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about the first song on this list. That is BABYMONSTER's "Sheesh."
Sheesh.
A song that Kevin, Colton, and Cloud have discussed before on the
Mm-hmm.
podcast. One that I believe Kevin had not a ton of positive love towards because of the slang, because of, I forgot what else.
I don't know.
I was
The slang is a big one, but now, sheesh is a thing of a bygone era. I think the repetition of it is still gets to me.
sheesh. Wait, gets in a good way or bad?
Bad.
way? Oh.
Gets to me.
Why?
It
Because
doesn't
it's
get
too
me.
repetitive,
It's
or
too
because
repetitive.
the sound.
The sound of
But
it, and
the
it.
syncopation's so satisfying. Yeah.
Now with the word sheesh, like
Yeah.
I need I need either a starting vowel or an ending vowel that has more like a plosive
Oh,
or
because
something.
shh is too soft,
Sheesh.
and so then you just get a really.
I think it's just the word. I'm
Okay.
just trying to
Kevin
make.
just doesn't like the word sheesh.
Yeah, I just don't like the word sheesh. And I think there are things that are redeeming about it. That last section kind of grew on me, and its swagger, the to a friend.
Oh, the tempo.
Yeah, the tempo switch. I don't like the triplet thing that happens right before that, where they like do a Blackpink X. Dare I say? Yeah. That doesn't really work. But even that last section, I still have a little bone to pick, which is, they do the BABYMON spelling thing, but they already did that during the main section of the song. Yeah. And so doing more of that at the end wow. It emphasizes the repetitive nature of this song. Yeah.
I got that, but it's so
Yeah.
musically different from how they BABYMON
BYMON.
to a friend.
Tell
to
a friend.
Like
Tell a friend.
Oh, tell a friend, not
Yeah.
to a friend. Okay. Oops.
Oh,
awkward.
whoops.
But yeah, I get it. It's like it's lyrically repetitive. Maybe like the sound of the words are repetitive, but musically she develops, she grows. Do you want to go?
I think it's fine to do it both times, especially since this is kind of like their de facto debut song.
What's a de facto debut?
This isn't.
Yeah.
This is basically
not-
the
yeah.
debut song.
Yeah, they technically debuted with Batter Up, but then I think they
added the
changed
number.
it to this one after
Yeah.
they.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
because this is their first release as a full group, and there is a lot of emphasis on their name, which is something that YG has done in the past with Blackpink. This one starts, I think, with their tag like, "Baby, I'm a monster," or is that in the middle?
Let's see. I mean, that's definitely in the middle, but
What's in the middle?
does not start. Wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Baby, I'm a monster. Yeah, so it works like as a debut song, even if it wasn't supposed to be their debut song at first. That's something that I enjoy about it, is that it makes sense as a debut song, even though it wasn't intended as a debut song.
Yeah.
I do agree that Sheesh is a little cringe. I have to sort of lend a bit of myself to the song.
What?
Yeah.
I have to like
Sacrifice
give up a piece of myself in order to actually enjoy that phrase being said the way it is said in this song. But the one thing that stands out to me most about this song is just how freaking talented this group is. Like, the singers in this group they're monsters. It's insane how good they are, especially Rami, who's probably one of like the top 2 or 3 vocalists of this generation. So freaking good.
Is she the low voice gal?
In the
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes,
And then
that little
'cause
run.
Ayan is the gal.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's the in Drip. She's the Okay.
I like Drip. Good one.
Like, would it be possible to play the pre-chorus?
Yes,
I didn't put a
sir.
time. I didn't put any
I
timestamps.
got you. Nope. Oh. See, they preview the triplet section with the militaristic snares.
Yeah.
The pre-chorus. Something that I just realized.
Anyway, Rami is the one who did the first half of the pre-chorus that time, and then she does the second half of the pre-chorus the second time they do it, and I want you to play that because that gives me chills.
Okay. Her? Is it just like the fullness of her belt?
Yes, like how insanely clear it is, like and so clear and strong. It's like she's like a real singer.
A real singer.
Yeah.
Unlike other idols.
And I think I said this in our previous podcast episode about them, but I really can't wait for her to go solo in 6 years.
Yes, we'll be eagerly waiting for that. Yeah, for me, I like the overall growth of this song. Like, when it first starts, you think maybe this is going to be like one of those, like maybe ballad-esque songs. Because previously, didn't they release
They had a ballad.
a ballad? Yeah. So instrumentally, we start off from piano, vocals, and the percussion is not very like drum setty. A lot of it feels very wood and metallic. And it's a lot of mid to low register, and then now they add in the hi-hat along with the harmonies, so they're kind of slowly filling out the frequencies until we're like slammed here. I go on and off thinking that this is like an amazing slam, and I feel like this is just too much of a direct cut to something completely different. Depends on my mood that day. But they have to raise the energy really quickly in order to get to the hype level for the chorus. And unlike you, I really like these sheeshes. Every time I gotta do like, you know, like if you're sitting down, you just like pick up your leg and you do like the little knee thing, or you like, you know, you bang your head a little bit. It's really, really satisfying, that rhythm to me. And then I love the rap show off moment in the second verse and how they change the instrumental. Like they change up the arrangement of the instruments a little bit more. Because oftentimes I feel like is it YG songs? But like they typically choose like one specific loop and then they stick with it throughout. This time, like we've got the Phrygian dominant sound, but what we have in the chorus is different from what we have in the verse. Like it's both the same tonal area and stuff, same notes, but the synth instrument playing that lick in the bottom is different. The actual like rhythm is different. It's nice. It keeps you listening. And then something that I recently heard is this kind of clave rhythm that comes in. Wait for it. Wait for it. Right there. It's like this little offbeat woodblock sound that I'm like, I did not see this coming, and this adds like all the world of groove. And then how it switches, like keeps switching. Each rapper has like their own different flow. You know what it is. So then when they add in the boop, 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 they have and so I like how each section kind of highlights a different flow from a different member. Speaking of this section, I need to rewind a bit. We got to go to that. Maybe you mentioned that already in the podcast. But... wait. Got them all going. Yeah, hold on. Like that's from the chest. Maybe even, I don't know if we've got Teddy in there or whoever, like if there was a male, but it's like very deep in texture.
I think it's probably them.
It's probably them.
Yeah.
It's just a chorus
like
of BABYMONSTER. Yeah. And then last but not least, 145, I give hats off to the string pizzicato. It sounds really nice. Not yet. Here. Don't know if it is MIDI or synth or a real musician, but all I know, it sounds good, does not make me cringe, makes the sound very rich and suspenseful. Those are my thoughts on SHEESH.
Yay.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree that I think the production overall is very solid. YG usually has super solid production, especially when it comes to mixing and mastering, and I think this one is just another solid example of that.
Yeah. But when it comes together, do all the sections make one giant, well-flowing pop song? We don't know. This is medium for me.
I feel like after you guys describe it, it's like I'm hearing the song on a whole new light. And I've already talked about this song, so but I still feel like there's like this giant glass pane that I'm looking out of, and I just cannot.
He's trapped in the camera.
Yeah, I can't get in there. I can't get in the mode of the SHEESH. Mm-hmm. So this is low.
Mm-hmm.
This is mid.
Low.
Medium.
Yes.
Wait, medium. Okay. Mid is medium.
Mid is medium.
It's just literally
great.
Mid, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Because the youngins, they slang.
People say mid is bad, but mid is just mid.
Exactly. Mid is mid.
Mid is mid. V.
Sure, we can move
Let
on.
me again.
Cool. I was not familiar with this one.
Really?
What an interesting song. It feels like a counter-programming to the rest of the list.
That is true.
Yeah, but it's...
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. And also, I believe this was a B-side song because Slow Dancing was the title track, I believe, of this album.
I think this one was promoted as well, though.
Okay, this is like a pre-release or like a promoted B-side.
Yeah.
Because it did almost twice as many views as Slow Dancing. So I'm personally offended by that as a Slow Dancing stan. But I'm kind of curious, what you guys' thoughts are if you get why this was so well received.
So, real talk. Most of this list makes me feel like, why were these songs the top 10? SHEESH might have been one of them as well. Yeah.
Well, except they weren't. It was number 13 or 12.
Yeah, it's true.
And same with this song, right?
This one's like number 11.
But you said the most of these songs
really
is the
high.
rest, yeah.
I mean, because so much new K-pop comes out. Like even after we remove the repeats from last year, like these still have made it basically.
Yeah, they're still in the hundreds of millions or top
millions.
I mean, this one's a billion stream song.
Wow! Oh my!
Love
word.
Me Again?
Yeah.
Ah! Oh, Slow Dancing was 500,000.
Mm-hmm. Or
I mean, half a billion. Oh my god.
So interesting.
Crazy.
It's kind of chill. I mean, it's a good vibe.
It is definitely a good vibe.
Yeah, it fits the vibe. I'm not sure if the back half of the song keeps the momentum at all.
Because it's the hook repeated over and over and
Hook
over.
repeated, and there was that like really dreamy.
But that's the point, right?
Yeah. So thematically, it actually makes a lot of sense why the decisions were made.
That should have been the outro.
Exactly. That's why. I don't know why it went back to the. But see, I think it would have been the same ranking for me.
Yeah, it would have been for me too.
Yeah.
It would have been higher for me.
Really? Because if it was the outro, I would just think the whole song is a little bit short and even more unsubstantial.
I feel like it would be like a sort of interlude track. Because this is like a very similar vibe to Slow Dancing. I'm not quite sure how it like flows to the other songs on the album.
But see, for me, the question of why is it on the list really becomes like a forefront. So like if it's more like an interlude track, then that question would be louder in my head, and I would still be questioning it.
Because it isn't the most mainstream in sound, and nor is it like, well, it's still catchy, but that's due to repetition.
I don't think we should search like a
I
general
was gonna
Reddit post.
I was gonna research
Why
is Love Me Again?
No, let's do that afterwards. Yeah, no, not during the podcast. They seem to listen.
I love to know like the general audience, opinions on each song as well.
That's true.
Like,
we will know it off screen.
I get it. But okay, off screen sounds good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's one obvious theory why it's so popular.
BTS!
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then why didn't RM chart?
Slow dancing.
And why didn't Slow Dancing chart? Why didn't like Jimin's other songs chart,
Good question.
It is a good question. I think this one might be more streamable in a way.
If it's
It demands less attention than Slow Dancing would. So it's easier to just throw on any old playlist and just have it on in the background.
That's right.
Because
that's how a lot of people listen to music. Now, there are a lot of examples in this list that are the opposite of that, which is interesting. But I guess if we really want to think of why like the hypotheses, that's probably one. I actually really like the first half of this song. I think the verse generally paints a really nice, nice setup. Yeah. And his voice is lovely. And Love Me a Little. Yeah.
And then, they take some time to add in the drums.
Exactly. And so when the first time the chorus comes, each time I listen to this, it's like, oh, what was set up really makes sense why the chorus is what follows. It's a little bit simpler, like, love me again, a little bit, like, you really feel for this protagonist. You really feel for V and what he's singing about.
Yeah, what kind of emotion? Because I feel like his delivery of it's like a little bit downturned. For me, it's a little bit, it isn't like necessarily dot, 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 right? There's a lot of, not intonation, there's a lot of inflection to it. And I was trying to figure out what kind of emotion I got from it. For me, it just felt a little like given up, like a little droopy.
For me, yeah, it feels desperate and drunk.
Okay. Agreed.
Yes.
Desperate I wasn't getting. But okay.
But like a really sad, like wallowing type of desperate. It's not like a desperate, like, but it's like, I'm at my last straw, like I'm at my wit's end.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this repetition of like, love me again, just repeats.
Love me again.
Yeah, like a broken
it's in a
record.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds.
So it's a great tonal picture. Just not sure if, I don't know, because the second verse is kind of similar to the first verse, but even then, yeah. But for some reason,
something about this second
slowly gets lost.
It's because, oh wait, that bass be walking. Was the bass walking the first time?
Oh no,
there was no bass. Okay, so wait, the bass comes in with the percussion.
Yes.
I wonder. Okay, it sounds like the bass material is the same. So it's just it seems like copy paste over. what happened, and maybe that's why.
Maybe. Or like the first 4 or 8 bars, that first section that didn't have the bass the first time. I think now, the second time when there is percussion, the beauty of V's voice is kind of, there's like something else that's distracting me from it.
I wonder if is the vocal editing different in each verse?
Well, there's also the consonants in that make you happy. That's different from the floatiness of the first verse.
Right. First
feel
verse
like-
also it's reverb. Second verse, because they added some sort of like echo delay that goes like it actually instead of just like a tail of sound ending afterwards, it's like the exact repetition of the word.
Make you feel better, make you forever.
I think they kept on from the verse, so that actual vocal editing and processing is different from the first verse. And this is actually why I love the instrumentation of this song. I love his voice. There's something about the vocal processing of the specific amount of delay that like irks me in the weirdest way.
Really?
Like the echo for me like just takes me out of it. And I think the echo continues into the second verse
Yes,
from the chorus.
for sure.
Yeah.
There's another song on this list where it's also the mixing,
Yeah.
but it's the clarity of it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's the clarity of it that messes
clarity.
with me.
Interesting. All right. Well, we'll get there when we get there.
Yes.
But
Might
yeah.
not be the one you think. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's Colton? Colton has
Yeah.
said anything.
I haven't said anything, but that's just because I find this song to be incredibly boring. For me, it feels just kind of like a Joji pastiche.
It's so that clicked so hard.
Yeah.
It's such a Joji.
Yeah. I think like the atmosphere of the song is fine. It doesn't do a whole lot though, and because of that, it really puts the focus on the voice and the lyrics. And the voice performance is okay, I think. He has a nice voice. But for me, the lyrics are just so insanely bland for this song. Like, there's no attempt at, like, poeticism in any way. It's just, like,
It's just
very
very
straightforward.
straight up,
I wish you would love me again.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't want nobody else.
I wish you would love me again. And this is something that I will bring up later in this podcast, but I prefer repetitive spoken hooks over repetitive sung hooks because when it's sung, it takes so much longer for it to end. Whereas if it's a word, it ends really quickly. You know? So when it comes to this melody and like earlier I was mentioning it sounds like, yeah, he had given up. There's a sort of
It's
like
defeated.
defeated sound to the delivery. It just really does not make my day.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like an artistic choice, but not one that pleases my ear.
And I also think that the instrumental isn't sad enough.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, the drums are kind of
Yeah, the drums are a little, yeah.
The drums, yeah, and also I think also the chords they use, and even the part where he's like
the chords.
the bridge
of
where it's
major
supposed to be
sevenths,
like lost without you. I don't feel lost in that part. It feels dreamy rather than being lost.
Sure.
Oh, true.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
like he's in some sort of bliss.
Yeah, it feels like a pleasurable dream.
Right.
Even though it's supposed to be like I'm so lost without you and like in despair.
Right.
That's why I was getting such slow dancing vibes from this because I imagine like a dream of slow dancing like during these moments.
That makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I just think conceptually the song doesn't work and it's boring. So
Okay.
it's pretty low on my list.
Low.
That's also
nice.
low on mine.
It's medium on mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you really enjoy the first half.
Yeah, I enjoy the first half, and sometimes
Sometimes a nice vibe's all you need.
a nice vibe is all you need.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I do think your point about the lyricism really hits home for me. Where like for me, it's like the lyrics are enough to survive through the first half, but in the second half, when the chorus is all you hear, it gets a little Because I get that mindset that he's going for, but maybe it's also because the instrumentation is too nice. Like I enjoy a well put sort of like intentionally bland lyric to just get you in like a sort of in a certain mindset.
mood, yeah,
but I don't know
mindset.
if that's intentional in this song. I don't know if that's like an active choice that he made.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a lot of food for thought. It's interesting.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
We moving on to How Sweet?
sure.
Don't you know
Oh,
how
this song
sweet
is like
it
a jump
tastes?
scare when it comes out in the
Really?
playlist.
Oh, it's yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of all the sounds that it
Yeah,
starts
the
with?
percussion is so loud. Yeah. Whoa.
So this is another song that we've discussed previously on the podcast. Sam, Will, and I talked about it. So I would love to hear Kevin and Colton start off with their thoughts on
Whoa.
this song.
You know what's crazy is I think this has, for me, it has a lot of the same problems as Love Me Again.
What?
This is the
Yeah.
song I was
Boring?
talking. No, this is the one I was talking about where the clarity of it really takes me out of it. I think the mixing choices. This song I think should be dreamier. But man, everything's so forward. And like, you know, they're parallel force, how sweet it tastes, you know. That's implying some sort of, it's got to be at the back end a little bit. It's like so forward, and it makes their voices sound a little bland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
That's
thought that was
exactly it.
purposeful.
It doesn't come across as purposeful.
Yeah, it sort
To
of
me.
goes overboard to the point where I
Okay.
think it can't be purposeful. It's like I humor the thought, like maybe this is purposeful, but then like it just, it feels too much, especially after repetition.
Interesting. So yeah, so this is only the harmonized moments or also the hook?
Oh no, it's all of it. It's all of it.
So even the unison
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was about to agree. I feel like this hook, since it's in such a middle lower register for them, and how loud and consistent the vocal delivery is, it feels quite monotone, especially since there's no harmonies going on, no octaves. It's literally just a single note. But then that's why it feels so different when we've got, wait for it, like that like feels, that stands out to me so much more because we only had unison and like monotone before. Like we added in color when we add the harmony, but it's still the same singing style. So I totally get what you mean.
Yeah, if they want to really change up the color while keeping the clarity, I think it shouldn't have been these like fourths that all border a little bit like abrasive. It should be like a triad, like have a few more notes in it. But this 2-note like parallel fourth thing it ends up being a little grating for me.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know. I was puzzling over this song earlier just because the concept of the song seems to be like a celebration of getting out of an unhealthy relationship. And it's like, don't you know how sweet it tastes now that I'm without you? You like feel like good to be out of that relationship. And the instrumentation would match that kind of reading of the song because like the drums are so high energy. There's so much like party vibe to the drums that I do love. I do love
I will
the percussion in the
survive.
song. But then the vocal delivery sounds like they're so
In
bored.
Oh, okay, not even in love. They're just
Not
bored.
even in the.
Monotone,
They
yeah.
sound like, it's almost like regretful. Like
How
they're
sweet
not
it
actually
tastes.
they're not actually happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that the point? Is the point that they're not happy to be out of the relationship, even though they
Yeah,
are
right,
saying
they're
that they are?
clearly saying, 'cause it's called How Sweet. Huh. I don't think.
I think that could be an interesting point to make with the song, but the song doesn't make it clear enough that that's what they're going for. It just comes off as like kind of a muddled message to me, which
I
makes
get that.
which makes the song hard for me to emotionally understand.
Yeah, I dig that. I definitely didn't read it as deep, but all your points make a lot of sense to me. I think if we take it from just a musical point of view and not even care about if the lyrics are about, how sweet it tastes to be without you or with you, I think with a dreamier production, this could have been Ditto too. Yeah, because it's like you could have had the momentum, but then kept it dreamy. And I know we have different opinions on Ditto, but I kind of wished it was Ditto too.
Well, it did almost as well as Ditto. No? Okay, never mind. Well, it made top 10 like Ditto did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? I get that. Yeah, it's like almost, but I think this is a good in between. Latching together like the sound of Supernatural and Right Now, along with the previous, EP of Ditto and oh my God. For me, I'm a textures girly, as I've stated before. I like all the noises going on. From the second it starts, we've got like 10 different rhythms and textures and just like characters going on. So my ears are very happy. It's just overall the percussion is always so active with so many different elements to listen to. So I'm very satisfied. And I feel like the chords, they tickle the brain. There's dissonances, there's extensions. The melodies cover a lot of range over these chords, but are still catchy and resolve in a very satisfying way. It's just, when it comes to the vocal delivery, I have very similar feelings to you guys. I don't know really how to interpret it. And there's one moment that I've talked about before, and I shall talk about again at 2.
Egan?
Egan. John Egan.
Here, Egan?
Listening to the vocal timbres. Me and you. Very clear, unison, and then...
Oh.
Like literally every single time my the dopamine goes, yeah.
Yo, who is that singing there?
Because I feel like when you thin down to a thinner texture in the bridge, you have something to say?
Colton was asking who was that singing there.
Do you know what member it was?
No.
Oh, I thought you might have looked into it since you like the moment so much.
Whoops, sorry to bring it up. Whoa. Never mind.
Backtracking. Anyways, what was I saying? When you change to a thinner texture, usually you probably want to have a quieter voice started off, but they didn't do that. They had the breathier singing happen when they add back in the percussion and stuff. So they kind of flipped it on us, and I thought it was really nice.
Cool.
Yay.
Yeah.
I also like the low notes that are in that one part in the middle of the song.
That one?
It's when they say karma. It's in the middle of the song somewhere. I don't have time codes.
Okay, I have to go to view credit. No, view lyrics.
You're
No,
just
lyrics.
you're just dragging around.
It's in the second verse.
Karma. Drama. Karma.
Yeah.
Those are low notes for them to be singing.
That's right.
And they
G flat
sound
F.
good. They don't sound like they're struggling a lot.
Yep. Exactly.
They've sung lower in Gods.
Okay, I didn't listen to that song.
I made an entire video about it. You did.
Sorry.
Shame. Anyways, it's pretty low singing. This is kind of low on my list.
It's low on my list as well.
Medium.
This is medium low. Yeah, medium.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I would say like this is a song where on my list I start to actually like really enjoy, not really have any like huge gripes with the song, whereas the bottom 2, I'm like there are big elements that make me go, ah!
Actually, overall, I enjoy this song as well, as long as I'm not listening to it carefully. And really thinking about or maybe on crappy speakers, or if I use my phone to play it.
It's the opposite.
Oh, really?
Because then I can hear all the different textures and like how they pan,
yeah.
you know.
Uh-huh.
Layers girly.
Layers girly.
Speaking of what?
For me, this was a song where when I finally put the list together, I couldn't believe how low I put it.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Because
Cool,
you do.
Because I feel like I
enjoy.
like the song, but then when I had to actually face the music, I was like, oh, maybe I don't like this song.
Interesting. Well, it could also be that just like everything
Solid
is shifted
list.
over, you know? It's just like
because
pretty
they're all
solid.
It
They're all
is
great
the top,
except for the
it is
bottom
the top
two.
10 songs of the year.
Yeah. All right. Drama. I have a summary of what all 3 of us have said before about this song, but Colton has asked to.
Yeah, Colton actually heard Sean and I talk about
Yeah,
it.
I did.
All right.
Aespas.
Oh my God, you've already talked about this twice.
Yeah.
Kevin did rank every single aespa song.
I'm so surprised how high this song ended up.
Oh,
interesting.
It's a low.
Wait, what? Do you remember what
We're just-
tier?
yeah, we're just
What
spilling the
tier
beans.
you put it in? Was it
Oh,
like
this
C
was
or
F.
D? Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
A part of me was hoping that it would like magically spring up higher
No,
or something.
Yeah, and it was this and Savage were the Fs, which is like
aespa's best songs.
yeah, I know.
It's the songs that make aespa that you're like really not my thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to say what you think of the song and I let you know if you say the exact same thing as you did before?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
go for it.
Okay.
I know you'll get a kick out of it.
So I do like this song. When Kevin and Sean were filming that video at the end, they asked me for my ranking of aespa tracks, and I put this one at B tier.
Okay.
So I do enjoy this song. I especially love the production of like the laser guitar sound in the chorus. That is like the one standout element of the song that like always perks up my ears, piques my interest.
Piques your interest and perks up your ears. Let's demonstrate.
Yeah. And I think the song is very well performed for what it is, which makes it easy for me to lend myself to it. But I do have some gripes with the song that make it only B tier. I think the percussion is too like static and heavy feeling. Like it's just like like for the whole song. It makes the song feel like it's a burden on my shoulders somehow.
Trauma is quite heavy, Colton.
Yeah, I don't know. It does help the song in certain circumstances. Like I've been lifting weights a lot recently, and when this song comes on while I'm lifting, it's like, yes, this is a good this is a good scenario to be listening to this song in. But for the most part, it's hard to really fully enjoy this song in other contexts. Really, really love one specific part, and that's the outro. This is the outro. Winter's lines in the outro are so good. I kind of wish they would have made that bit longer. Maybe like repeated it once with a little variation or something. But I love that part.
Since I knew you were going to bring that up, last time you said that you liked that outro, you got so upset that Kevin and I didn't delve into the best part of the song.
Yeah, you didn't talk about the best part of the song.
So let's
when we
talk
did
about the best part of the song.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
It's the na 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 na. It outlines the tonal error that we've had before, but then we go da da, which is out of key from where we've been before. It's a lowered 6.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we've been minor before, but it's just we haven't really touched on the lowered 6 scale degree in melodies earlier. So it has this really like new color introduced towards the end, and so you're like, oh, why are we are introducing this color so close to the end? And it's so
Wait, can we listen to that?
Yeah. Double check my work. I'm so good. Wait, no, this is still.
Oh. Your work was perfect, except the lowered 6 has appeared like very.
Oh, it
frequently.
hasn't earlier. Where?
Dun 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 dun
Oh,
yeah. So,
it did.
and I think that familiarity for me is actually what makes this outro not as remarkable. It's like fine.
That's so funny because the first time when we filmed the podcast, you're like, "Why didn't you talk about it?" I was like, "Because I thought it appeared somewhere before." It did.
It did. Yep.
Vindication.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, to my old self.
What
right
a
now,
journey.
I'm like, okay. Anyways, okay.
Oh,
So we've had it once before.
Yeah, I also have another gripe with the song, which is just that I think it lacks a sense of flow. It feels like very section-y. Like we have like a couple phrase section and then like another couple phrase section.
That's
and
how I
Oh,
felt about Sheesh.
Sheesh is like that.
She definitely feels like that. But for me, I think Drama's flow is actually very flowy.
The transitions
With
keep
its
popping off.
hard-hittingness, it like kind of works. Like the thing is, for me personally, it's very low. But I actually think that the song is extremely cohesive and actually extremely well written. If you're into that,
I think
so.
I mean, I think it's cohesive in the production, but I think the top line is like all over the place.
Wowzers.
Is it because switching between the major and minor, that kind of stuff?
Maybe. I mean, even in that outro part, there was like the one melody, and then it just goes, and then it hits into another melody.
That part?
I think that flows really nicely. I don't know. Yeah,
That's how they're slowing it down rhythmically to end the song.
Yeah, I think the melody in general is kind of windy, and it like, no, it feels like It's like a river of sorts.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Agreed.
I didn't really feel it.
Interesting.
Up to interpretation. So congratulations. The only time you repeated yourself was saying that you liked the outro.
What else did I say in the past?
You said that when you first listened to this song, it was in the Umu mindset, which is overall, it's very, very, like you said, consistent. What was the word you used? Very samey throughout. It's very not homogenous. Maybe.
I did say that though. I did just
but
say that
then
again.
once you listen to it as Colton, you thought it was epic and catchy, and you
is
prefer
both of
melodic
those.
hooks, so you like the outro. That's what you said. A summary of what you said.
I agree with what I said.
Fantastic. Kevin said that he thought it was a musical nightmare, but high quality, subtle aespa.
I said
Subtle?
subtle.
There's something subtle about this song?
No, because
There's a lot of
versus
detail.
versus Next Level
Yeah.
or Savage, of where it's key changes and
feel-
complete stylistic texture changes. You were saying like this is.
This song actually feels very polished. It feels like they really ran it through and really, perfected everything, tweaked a lot of things until it was like a very shiny product.
I think that's why I like this song.
Mm.
It's so funny because I've only ever grown to like this song more and more and more every single time I've listened to it.
Wow.
Like before, like whenever I listen to a song for the first time, I kind of compare the song to like my favorite track from that artist. And so initially I was like, oh, it isn't like Savage. Whereas I do think Supernova and Armageddon are more to the wildness and unexpectedness of Savage for me personally. But this I was like, oh my God, it's so heavy and just always heavy. But when I listen with headphones on, I get those, what is it, the Apple Master, the pod big noise canceling, headphones on, and I hear all the details. Like Kevin said, it was polished to a T. We've got hundreds of layers. I start to feel it, how the choreo wants you to feel it, because something that I believe Colton originally said, it's a song that was busy, that lacks focus. Do you still agree with yourself?
I mean, I did just say it doesn't have much flow, so.
Okay, busy but lacks focus. But I feel like the choreo helps tie it together and helps you learn what to interpret. What? The choreo just it lends
helps
a
you
helping
feel.
hand. Yeah, it helps you with how to feel the song. So and also busyness is what makes me like song. I like the detune bells in the intro. Gotta give the brownie points to that. And then militaristic snare that comes in, and then the bells are now an octave up, which make room for thuddy texture kick. And did you hear that? Like, we got so many fun sci-fi, alien, spacey, electronic sounds throughout. And so this sound, I will, it's 15 seconds in, but I will cue it in visually.
I think you were a little late, but it's
I
there.
was a little late. Colton was more on time than me. But just those noises throughout makes it such an exciting adventure of a song for me to listen to. Also got to shout out the transition production at... we got the which sounds like podcast racing from Star Wars.
Podcast racing.
From
Podcast
Phantom
racing.
Menace.
Podcast racing.
Oh shit!
Pod racing.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, just pod racing.
Pod racing.
Imagine they have to podcast while they're doing it.
Yes.
Is it like Sebulba's? It's like one of their pods that goes like. And we got the super syncopated 3, 2, 1 countdown, which is fun. I've even noticed some more details in the vocal arrangement. So going back to verse 1, if you listen to the background vocals, we've got some like, who, and uh-huh. Hold on. Oh, like, who, and uh-huh. Like. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Just like these little quiet replies in the background. And then 52 seconds in, we've got
I bring all the drama.
Hey! Wait, did you see my notes or did you know? You knew exactly what I was gonna. Hey!
Drama.
Hey! Yeah, it's just it's so detailed, so many different layers. Speaking of layers, we've got some lovely vocal layers at this part of the song. At that moment, it sounds like it's a member singing with like a lot of huskier tone, or it's pitched down, or there's because I know the producer is a guy. I don't. That lower harmony kind of sounds like a dude to me.
I don't think so.
Fifth.
I think.
Okay, it's a aespa member.
Yeah, I think it's an aespa.
Da 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 da. Yeah. And then that effect on the voice. It's just so detailed. And then the pre-chorus melodies and harmonies change. We know that we've got like gotta go section, but the harmonies that support that melody also change. Let's go over that. So this pre-chorus pops off. So we've got the clone answer coming up here. I love how thick that chord is right there. We've got, it's probably like an entire seventh chord or something. No, I don't really hear tension.
No, it's
a triad.
Yeah.
But they also have F sharp and F under the D and D flat, which
I see.
creates
Respectively,
really nice.
Respectively, yeah.
It's that interval is so dark, and since it's parallel motion, we end on this tendency tone for the entire chord, and so it's just like lots of like tension moving forward that hasn't been resolved, and then got drama, and then it's just like it's resolved. The weight is moved on to the drama spoken part. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Did she like the song?
Dramatic.
This was high on my list.
This is in the middle of my list.
Wow.
Whoa.
Did we hit all your middle ones, basically? No? 3 of them?
No?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah.
We've had 2. This one
3.
and one
Yeah,
other.
there's still 2 left.
Oh, okay. This is low. I said it.
Low, yeah.
But again,
right.
higher than I thought it would be, so there's lower.
Ah. We wonder what song that could be.
Do we wonder?
Do we wonder? He said there's plot twists coming up, so
Yeah, I hope
don't
that's
know.
one of them.
I think drama being low. I mean, we knew though, so it's not like a plot
That's not a
twist.
plot
It's
twist.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, that's what's next?
yeah. This is a song.
Uh-huh.
It sure is a song.
What he is saying has no, maybe slightly
It's one of the songs of all
negative
time.
implication.
It's one of the songs of all time. Yeah. The funniest thing about this song is right at the beginning they say caught in some traffic, and then I'm listening to like the production sound world of this song, and I'm like, there's
no
nothing
traffic.
about it that feels like traffic outdoors. It feels like it's in somebody's bed, like somebody made it in their bedroom.
Yeah, singer-songwriter vibe. This is like
Bedroom pop.
lo-fi
Bedroom pop.
beats while, studying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and have you seen the choreo to it?
No.
The choreo is so energetic and
Interesting.
really like fast-paced, lots of subdivisions.
Whoa.
And so it almost feels like the music is lagging behind the performance. Like if I saw like the choreo and the song separately, I wouldn't think they're for each other.
Makes sense.
But that also could be just
Having
that
not seen-
SSERAFIM are just amazing, powerful performers. I don't know. But that's just a little glimpse into how I feel about this song. How does Colton feel?
The song.
Overwatch
The song's a
in
vibe,
collaboration
bro.
with
The song's a
Overwatch.
vibe.
It's
Yeah, it
vibing.
is a collaboration with Overwatch.
Mhm.
That's where I put it on the list. Okay. That makes sense. I switched these around last minute.
It's a vibe. Why is it a vibe? The instrumentation.
Yeah,
the guitar
the
flourishes.
atmosphere of the song is spacey, of course.
Little.
It's a nice guitar sound. I got this. You can talk.
You moved it away.
Yeah, but only for a second. Like when the song starts, I think, oh, this is a really nice guitar sound. But then the vocals and the trap beat come in, and I'm like, oh,
God, this
gamer
is-
girly. Not me. I am not the target audience for this song.
I don't think it feels very gamery.
It feels very girly, which like
Oh, yeah.
aesthetic, lights off, your PC lights are on, kind of glowing up you've got like the headset that lights up.
If this was played really quietly, it kind of sounds like the waiting music for the Twitch streamer to get on. Like there's like a animated background, and maybe
You know
just the
that's
instrumental.
different for every Twitch stream, you know?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
But there's a
But it
general.
could
This would
be.
be one that
yeah,
would be used.
it'd be a good choice.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like, oh, just talking vibes. What it's like,
Yeah,
just chatting.
just chatting.
Yeah, just chatting.
chatting.
This would be
Yeah.
a good pre-just chatting music.
Yeah.
I do like the way Perfect Energy is sung. Like some of those like
Should I play
fifths going upwards, it like oh, my ears
How, like, they
my ears perk
emphasized
up.
it?
Yeah. There's like a little bit of a slide.
Oh, wait.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
Yeah, we. I just keep getting further and further away from the
Doesn't even sound like English.
Sounds like you're saying Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not. Okay, I get that.
Oh, the atmosphere of the song is enjoyable. The guitar is interesting enough for a bit.
Yeah.
The percussion is mostly kind of boring, which is probably the song's biggest downfall.
Feels
to
kind of
me.
canned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like something that they just picked out of like a template.
Like especially when they're throwing in some subtle like jungle influence. Or,
What?
like it's the
Is it the?
yeah.
Oh wait. That.
Not really that.
Oh.
But that is I was gonna mention it's like another UK sound that there are like subtle UK dance influences in this that I wish were brought out a bit more. The biggest one is like the snare fill that happens up
Is it
throughout
coming
the
up?
song.
Is it like leading up in the chorus? This section is really pretty. Oh.
That fill is really good. They use it a bunch and it somehow like doesn't get old for me. It has a nice sound to it. It definitely to me sounds very jungle. Which is it's just a cool addition to the song. It has like a nice tricky rhythmic feel to it that's like, whoa, unexpected for a song that for the most part feels very very straight.
Yeah. Yeah, what I look for in music as the individual umu, it's like if the line itself is on the more looped or repetitive side, for it to be combined with a ton of other layers. You've heard me talk about drama, you've heard me talk about How Sweet. Like, I think How Sweet does the loops correctly because they have so many different loops going on that when they take out some, you start to notice more than the others. And then when they go back in, you go back to like, ooh, what should I listen to? What should I listen to? This is like 3 different layers and they're the same exact things the entire time. So even when you take it out, you don't really notice anything new because it is so minimal, well, just like they're minimal instrumentation. So just for me, like that's why I'm saying I'm not the target audience for this song.
I will say that I enjoy the top line of this song a lot. Like a lot. I think it's really good. I think the lyrics especially are like extremely well crafted. Like I don't know, we don't get English lyrics in K-pop that fit like syllabic and rhyme schemes as
Right.
well as they do in this one. Like me and my girlies, we gonna party till it's early. Got me feeling otherworldly tonight.
Oh yeah.
Like
You're right. That is
the
that is
rhythm
kinda
and the
nice.
rhyme is like so perfect in that
Mhm.
line. And then I also love how the second verse I think starts with, so come and take a ride with me. I've got a credit card and some good company.
Mm.
Like that line just like I don't know, it's got like a little sass to it, a little attitude to it. And I think I believe the top line and lyrics were probably written by Lauren Aquilina,
Oh,
one of
I
my
recognize
favorite
that
K-pop
name.
writers. She's also on another song that we'll talk about later.
Woo. Woo.
And yeah, I think her top lining brings a lot to the song. And the one moment in particular is the little turn on the word girls. You know, y'all know the vibe.
My world, girls.
Yeah.
What? Yeah?
Me and my girls.
Oh, girls. Yeah, I enjoy the melody as well, but I feel like the way that all of them delivered their vocals was in a very calming, soft sense that make them all sound the same.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't like criticizing K-pop vocals very often, but SSERAFIM is unfortunately
Maybe not
not
the
that
strongest.
strong of a vocal group. This song maybe would have done better if it was given to NewJeans, like a lot of people
Oh.
thought at
Yeah,
the time.
switch
Wait
the
a
gods
minute.
and switch.
A lot of people
Oh.
thought at the time,
Perfect
like,
Night should
yeah,
have
it
been.
should have been done that way. But I think they did it this way to, like, I don't know, break the groups out of their respective stereotypes for a
Right.
bit.
Oh man. What could
Kevin's
have
mind
been?
just exploded.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with the top line being really great, and the lyricism, after you pointed it out, is very good. But I think the music could have supported it a little more. I think it could have been a little more spacious.
The chords are nice though.
Yeah, they're nice chords. Yeah.
Like there isn't the most
an enjoyable
predictable
song.
pop chords. They've
Yeah.
got extensions. Yeah. But I agree. Yeah.
And like I said, everything above low is like enjoyable to me. So this is mid.
This is low.
This is mid.
Woo!
Yay.
Okay, now that we got that over with.
Yeah, what?
Supernova.
Okay, okay.
A song that's high on all of our
Can,
lists,
can we
unless
reach?
we get a.
Can we
what?
reach a unanimous decision?
That this is
here?
good? Wait.
Yeah, this is high.
Yeah, it's high.
Yeah, it's high.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. All right, next song.
All right,
Yeah,
next
no.
song. Moving on. No, I've got lots of notes. I've got lots of notes. This, once again, we've discussed this before. At least I have discussed this before with Sam and Sean on the podcast.
I've discussed it with Sean as well.
Oh, yes, you have. And Kevin has discussed it with Sean on the ranking video. My excuse for talking a lot about this song on this podcast is when I was discussing with Sam and Sean, I was half asleep. I had just done an interview the night before and I got like 3 hours of sleep. So I have more things to say than I did last time. But Colton!
You know what's crazy is I love this song and I don't have anything to say about it. There's just one part that makes me go feral, and we will get there. But
Is it the end?
I know what it is.
no,
I
it's
know
not.
what it is.
Kevin knows what it is because I talked about it
Exactly.
already.
When?
And Sean has a
Why was I not
totally
here?
opposite
because you filmed
opinion.
it. Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Sean has the wrong opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So agree.
He composed what he wished would happen in that bridge, and we put it in the reaction. And there's like several comments that are saying, "No,
Oh,
no, that shouldn't happen. No, I could see it either way, but I'll just be the medium person."
Yeah.
Okay, so what you want to say is you go feral at da 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 da.
it's
Why?
just
No,
no.
it's not that part
Oh.
either.
It's the
What?
specific. It's the part that happens underneath it. It goes
Dun,
down,
dun,
down,
dun,
down,
dun,
down,
the
down, down.
super the quote the sample.
Yeah, but it's actually before that even where I go feral. I go feral right at the drop there.
Okay. Oh, immediately.
Because you have to play
Here?
it, you have to play what leads up
Okay,
to
okay,
it.
okay.
Oh
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
right,
okay.
right, right. Exactly. 'cause-
Halftime. Riser. Subdivisions.
Supernova.
yeah,
And he goes feral.
yeah. It's great.
Ah, it's so good. It's such a bait and switch.
Oh, because because super is normally the pre-chorus that goes into the hook,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yes.
instead it
Yeah.
goes into the
Like there's such a huge build up here, and then like it of course it goes down to just the solo voice at the end, which is just such a typical EDM style build up that you're expecting a huge sort of drop after that, like a sort of a big sound to follow that up, and they strip it back to something that's like less than we've heard in the song up to this point at all. It's like just bass and drums for a little bit, and it's like, oh yes, Supernova.
I agree
Hmm.
wholeheartedly. Because I've been listening to this song quite a bit in the past few months for like the aespa and this. And like it's getting to the point where it's a little bit tiring to listen to. I've been listening to it a lot. But yeah, that moment always reminds me of why this song is so great. Yeah.
That's nice.
It's the feral moment.
It's so fire. It's so good.
To add on to that, it is kind of freaking awesome how creatively they integrate the this moment, da 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 da, not as the chorus, not as the hook. The first time it appears, it's the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
Right? We've got winter, da 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 da. Then we've got it in shortened second pre-chorus. Right? It's just a little bit. Right? It's just a little bit before the. Yeah. Yeah. Nice and short. And then we've got it in the bridge. And then we've got it in the outro. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. That's like, that kind of blows my mind. Like the hook appears where a hook usually doesn't appear. And it appears so many different times. And it didn't make, like, I didn't really piece together the fact that it appeared so many different times. Because what the instrumentation around it is so different every time that you don't really lock into the fact that it's actually the same thing.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, so the reason why I like this, similar to Kevin, I've been really re-listening to this a lot. Maybe, no, as often as you, because I've been like trying to, Supernova made it really high on my top 10 of 2024. So I've been listening to that. Also because the reactions, you know, I review editors' work. So I've been hearing this a lot. This is also grown, like, while drama grew, Supernova shrunk because we don't have as much vocal arrangement, like complex vocal arrangement in this song.
Right.
It's usually, it's unison, it's spoken. There isn't a lot of call and answer. There's not a ton of harmonies. Even in the bridge, when we go dun, 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 no harmonies, just a singular voice. So my ears on re-listen don't have as many things to listen to. So this is a song that I vibe to when the musician brain is turned off. Whereas drama, I like really love when the musician brain is turned on, but I don't like drama as much when the musician brain is turned off. So this has been flip-flopping with drama a lot on this list for me. But what I think makes this song stand out is the slow growth of it, right? Because it starts off just with the zippery bass, right? And the and what I would consider
some kind of supernova.
Yeah, right.
when it comes to this delivery, they're not opening their mouth a ton, right? It's kind of, I didn't know what adjective to use. I said lazy. Of course, it's not lazy, but
No, I get what you, effort, low effort, but
low
like
effort,
that also
very,
sounds kind of bad,
yeah, like purposefully low
Yes,
effort
exactly.
and like inflection, like they just don't give a shit.
Yeah, people do use the term lazy
Okay,
for that.
and we've got the percussion boom chick. Now, of course, pre-chorus. It didn't even, I didn't realize this is, it sounds like the verse because it's the same instrumentation as the verse, but this is the pre-chorus. And it's higher in register.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nice rhythmic development. And then we finally introduce chords for like the first time in the entire song. They don't milk this sound and repeat it many times. They just have one single go through, and then they're gonna move on to
Body bang.
the body bang. Body bang, 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 which is very fun. And now we have the same verse material except with singing. So you see the instrumental in a totally new light, just like you see the hey, depending on what the instrumental is. And so I love there's also this layer of da 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 da. There's some whispering behind the singing as well. And it keeps, this just keeps ascending. It's just always building. There's a lot of ascending motifs in this song because there's a riser and then now there's background vocals. Like that little key part going on. Of course, we've got this really short pre-chorus back, but we still got that. Like once again, rising. And then if we skip to the bridge, we go back down. Done, higher note, and then it goes back down, then higher note, as we have in the background this riser that's just going octave up, right? And of course, then we go to the fake drop moment where we go all the way down. Once again, we're thinning down, fake out. But then from this moment on, we're still building up. There's a lot of motion forward, I think due to the kick drum. Then we've got the sample. And Then we got the cool hand drums, nice syncopation. And then ones with rise are going down and then up. And then, oh right, and the second chorus we added in the guitar part. So the guitar part is here plus the ad-libs. And then of course, for the grand finale, we've got like it's so good. Woo! Yeah.
I think it's pure momentum.
Yeah.
And so for me, it totally justifies why there aren't as many vocal harmonies, because it's almost like the song can't be dragged down at all. There's no time for just verticality or like, big chords at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rising action in this song, like a lot of rising melodies as well. It feels like it's always going up, except for the one part where it drops down to.
And then we go up, and we drop down, and we go up, and we drop down. It's a seesaw.
And the rhythm of that synth at the end is so crazy.
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. Percussionists were like, oh yeah, easy. And I'm like,
were they?
Yeah, they're like, oh yes.
But it's not just that though.
Yeah.
It's not just that.
Were they wrong in their analysis, or am I
don't
just
know. Maybe you're just
them
remembering it
incorrect?
wrong.
Maybe I'm just isn't. So I might.
It's like beep, 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 beep.
Oh,
There's
that little glitch in there.
The glitch is pivotal because
it is pivotal.
Yeah, it recontextualizes all the.
Cannot forget the glitch. One must not forget the glitch.
Glitch.
Are we moving on to?
Yeah, we are. Who is my waiting for?
Oh no.
Listen, Army Umu would have like drooled over this.
Okay.
I am paying respects to 2016 me. This would have encouraged my Delulu mindset of one day meeting Jimin and falling in love.
Oh.
Because the lyrics are so encouraging.
He's still looking.
Oh my god, he's still looking. They're far away. Why hasn't he met his? Oh my god, like literally, I'm 27, but my like 17-year-old like leaped out a little bit. I was wooed. I was rizzed up.
Ooh.
Performance is fantastic. Now, shall we talk about the mixing?
Wait, but the mixing is like a big part of the performance because his entire, all of his vocals are like totally warped.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's so crazy. I love Jimin's voice. Lie is like my favorite solo song off of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. This was not a great way to, does not make his voice sound better. It just, no, get rid of the effects. It would have been fine.
So I first heard of this song from like a lot of year-end lists from like YouTubers.
Colton was going to ask you.
Yeah, I totally brought this up before the podcast.
Yeah.
That this was on a certain YouTuber's end of year worst songs of 2024 list.
Right, exactly.
You saw that video?
I saw that video. Yeah. I mean, I hadn't heard it then. And then I heard it. And I forgot what he said specifically, but I was like, yeah.
You agreed with what he said?
It's pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why? Give us details. Support your argument.
There's another song on this list that we haven't talked about yet where like it shares a lot of the similar notes. It's like a similarly circular melody. And you know, I think
Oh! Sorry, my
Yeah.
mind just blew. Okay. Yeah, keep going.
and like regardless of my opinion of that other song, I feel like the singing feels a lot more natural. And here
In that other song?
yeah.
Okay.
In this one, it's just the way his voice sounds really brings out how cliche that chord progression and those melody note choices are. And yeah, this is one where the monotony really got to me. Where like everything is so consistent throughout. It's not a particularly like it doesn't feel like a slog to get through. It is a very short song, but it also feels like there's not much substance at all. And the only thing that like is noteworthy in this song is when he tries to sing those high notes, and the processing on that is like
tries to sing, he does. He does sing,
Oh, I'm
and
sure
the
he
processing
can.
makes it
Yeah,
sound
I'm
worse.
sure he can. Yeah, he can totally pull it
like
off.
Is that
No,
the
I think
bridge?
it's
Or is it earlier?
earlier. There's 2 moments when the D shows up.
Oh, here.
When the D shows up.
Here we go.
Yeah, yeah.
To see. And then it's a very satisfying notes to hit, but that processing, it just
Every time.
makes
it's
it sound so weird.
Yeah.
This is
A comparison came out in my head. There's a song by Usher called Climax, and he sings the chorus in falsetto as well, and he hits some of the same notes. And I just gotta give props to the way Usher's song treats those notes as well. There's like songs like this have been done before, where and the way those notes, they're well written melodies. I think.
I also agree.
I like the B flat C D. It's like it.
Covers so much range. It leaps up. It conveys the message of I'm waiting forever for this person. But then that processing really. It's funny because I begin this song and then I'm like, you know what? I kind of I dig this, right? Yeah. And then but the second his voice comes.
The second, no, the
voice comes
split
up, I'm like,
second.
oh.
Literally at second one.
Oh, like the songwriting itself is good. It's literally just the vocal processing for me. And I mean, so maybe in more description, what the cliche circle of fifths we're talking about, happens in this song, and it happens in
It does. That's right.
It happens in maybe thousands of other songs, but there's a reason why people use it so often. It's very satisfying.
And it is romantic. You can't get swept away by this chord progression.
50-50 Cupid.
Right. I think if the vocals were better, this would have been another great crossover track, because a lot of the American audience were aware of this song. And they had differing opinions of it. But if the vocals were better, I would have been more proud to be like, oh yeah, I'm aware of this K-pop landscape, and I'm glad this was the crossover track. This ain't it.
Oh, this song was written and produced by pop music terrorist Jon Bellion.
Oh, do you not like anything by this guy?
Well, he's also credited on Standing Next to You.
What?
What?
But I
How?
think that credit is just because he was the executive producer of the album.
Oh.
So he's
so he's
credited
just
on
taking
every
money.
song.
Jinx.
Yeah. Oh, Jinx is a high five now. I love it. There's evolution. It's evolution. It's great.
That's what I think. I think that's how it happened. Because those songs don't sound anything alike.
Yeah.
But no, I hate Jon Bellion's style.
Okay.
It's on site, John. If I see you outside, it's over.
Oh, this is like you're gonna fight him.
Yeah.
If you
No,
never meet him. Fists or words? Like, whoa, crazy.
no, it's not that serious. But
Okay,
actually, I don't think I've ever
You'll
enjoyed
see
a song
him
that
and
he's
you
made.
daydream a fight.
Sure. Daydream. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He did Justin Bieber Ghosts.
Not great.
He's most famous for his song All Time Low. Do you know
Oh.
that one? Or he also did Trumpets by Jason Derulo.
Oh God.
You're destroying Kevin.
Oh, it's so bad. It's also like no.
The song is I'm at an all-time low, 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 low.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Is this on the illicit playlist?
It should be if it's not.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like not only is the vocal processing weird, I don't feel like there's enough bass heftiness to match. So like all we're getting from this song is just piercing and high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of problems with the production.
And
on that
like
one.
when I first listened to the song, I thought the little keyboard was charming, but then now I'm like, it's too overbearing. It just adds to this terrible equation of everything.
And
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
not
I
subtle.
still like that part.
I think one thing that YouTuber pointed out, Todd in the Shadows is the
Yeah.
YouTuber. Yeah, he pointed out that there's the lyric, like it's someone to count on, and then the background vocals say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh no.
which is just so
Mm.
I don't know. It's like negative IQ
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, yeah. So this 3, 2, 1.
Low.
Low, 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 low. But it would be higher if different vocal processing, different mixing, different producer. Just Jimin.
Oh, hey, it's Jungkook.
These
Standing
songs
next
are
to you.
so opposite.
These are so opposite.
Wow.
It's so
Literally,
funny.
like, even in the concept, Jimin is still searching for that person.
Oh, yeah.
And Jungkook's like, they're right
I'm-
here next to me.
Hey.
There
Yeah,
couldn't be
hey.
any closer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is one that we haven't quite discussed in detail, but Kevin has reacted to it before.
Yes.
So
I don't remember what I said
you
during the
had a very
reaction.
positive. You got the Kevin like woo.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to do like an
He was also
imitation of all the reactors.
he was also extremely charismatic in the video, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is 3, 2, 1.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good.
This is an obvious.
Yeah, but there are some. My opinion of it probably isn't as high as when I first reacted to it.
Oh.
I think that the vibe of this song is very carved out. Like, it's like, yeah, when I want a dance track that kind of is reminiscent of The Weeknd, where the verse kind of reminds me of like an off the wall era Michael Jackson. And I feel like I end up with this, after I listen to this song, I'm always like just fulfilled enough. I don't feel like listening to it again. Maybe because the outro is a little long. There's that part where it's just the drum a little bit and it's like
Yeah.
standing next to you closes it. I feel like I almost closed off the song a little too, it ties a bow a little too neatly.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
the song is about a lot of build-up, like right out of the beginning. It's all about waiting for that plunge back into the dun 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 dun, you know, that chorus moment. And so I have to go in knowing that I'm just going to be anticipating the plunge and being satisfied every time, but it doesn't really get out of that. Yeah. So it's a good top tier song that also makes me feel a little bit boxed in. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
I feel like I just ate my last meal listening to this song. Like you said, I feel satisfied and I'm ready to move on. But it's like a good thing.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I am so full. I am so well fed. I just ate a delicious meal.
Mm.
But before I go into, I have like 50 billion
Wow,
paragraphs.
50
No, not that many.
actually, though? There's quite a few.
I have alphabet letters A through M in bullet points, plus 6 other notes. So what does Colton think?
Okay. I think we say pretty often that like certain songs don't have the right groove to them. Like pretty often we're talking about songs feeling too straight. They don't like make me move the way that I want them to. And this song has the groove.
Yeah.
I meant to look into this. I'm not sure if the drums are programmed or actually played live on like an electronic set.
Yeah, it does, right, because it does sound electronic, right?
Yeah.
He does have live performances with real drums, but I'm not sure, yeah, if it was a live player on electronic or if it was programmed in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if it was quantized or not, but the drums have such a nice groove to them. The bass groovy as frick. I especially love, of course, the build-up. It's like the build-up and then the release into the chorus is what makes the song the song. Can we just play that?
Yes, sir.
Speaking
Build
of
up
the
to
bass,
chorus.
I have one little nitpick. I think during the build-up, when it goes the do-do-do-do, I think it's a little bit too loud. That, like,
That's
it's
such
even
a
in
very
the rain.
specific-
The
That-
even in
I
the
can
rain.
understand.
Da-da-da-da-da, do-do-do-do. Yeah. Yeah, it's that. I think it's a little
I'm so
too
glad they
clean.
brought out the bass.
It's a little too
So
clean.
They wanted
If
to
it was
make
just
sure
a
like,
little,
listen to
yeah.
this cool
I
bass
know. I know the intent, so I can't be mad at it. But if I really were to nitpick, I think it should be just a little bit less. It's still equally like noticeable, but just not as like squeaky clean. It's like do 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 do. Anyway, that's me. I'm done. My 2 cents.
I don't know. My ears are so drawn to the drums during that build-up for some reason. Because it has this like hits the snare like, and then it goes, and then it hits, and then it hits a little different fill, and then it's, and then it hits a different fill.
I think it is also because this is the same exact material as the intro.
Yeah.
but with drums. I did not notice that until like midnight last night. I was like, wait, we've heard this material before. But yeah, it really brings your attention to the drums and how they change, right? And
That's
develop
why.
as it
That's what
goes on.
makes me feel like it was played rather than programmed.
Take too much time to program.
Yeah, it would be. It just feels so natural to play it that way, and it would be like unnatural to program it that way.
Yeah.
What do you still have more?
I mean,
We'll
I
bring-
could, but I feel like you're gonna have.
Yeah,
so
you're
much.
good. Yeah, we'd rather riff off of you.
Okay. But do you guys want? I can just summarize, or do you want me to?
It might be nice to do a
little bit of a summary?
semi-summary.
Okay. Let me summarize for you all. So, first time I listened to this song, I already knew. Genius. I love the familiar sound it is. While it sounds so amazing and so elating to listen to if you're easy listening to it, and it can sound exactly the same level of amazing, even if like I have my analytical brain on trying to pay attention to every rhythm, every harmony, every instrument, right? So number one, that is so cool. Number two, it took me forever to realize, like, I thought this was a song where, it opened up with a horn line and then we went down to this thinner do 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 with like the flute that like, oh, this is gonna hint at the hook, and then it literally took me like 50 listens to realize that literally is the hook.
Yeah.
Like it starts as the hook just without the drums, and then it drops and it's still the hook standing next to you. It literally just starts with the hook, and then it goes da 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 ba da ba 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 ba. And the rhythms of the verse melodies are so good. I love the fact that Jungkook kept in like the demo vocals, or maybe even hired, a vocalist to riff off with him, so that we have multiple characters in this song. We've got Jungkook's voice, and we've got like the choir of other dudes in there. And so like an example of this is the part, like another fun thing is, so many things to talk about. Let's see, I'll just skip to this random part. Like that to me doesn't sound like Jungkook. I feel like if it is Jungkook, it's layered in with other voices. So it's funny because before it was like Jungkook singing, and then the choir replies to him right here. And then on the all night long we funk to this.
We flock to this,
Oh,
I guess.
flock to this. I always think that they're saying F-U-C-K.
Well, I think that's the point.
Okay.
He's no stranger to that word.
But it's fun that it's like Jungkook has the main line, and then the background vocals reply, and then the background vocals have the main line, and then Jungkook has the reply. Like I think it's so creative. Like and then he all night long we funk to this, screaming out, testify, it just shows how flexible and beautiful his voice is, and all registers. And then of course, like this section is the pre-chorus, right? Or no, this part. Wait, no, that is the pre-chorus.
It's I put.
Where does the pre-chorus
No,
start?
I put it with the verse, and I put the entire build-up as the pre-chorus.
No, that's the chorus. Because they're saying standing next to you in the build-up.
Well, but they can say the same thing in two different sections. I definitely think the final drop with the flute coming back is the chorus.
Wouldn't that be the
Or is that the
post-chorus?
post-chorus?
No,
That'd be the
that's not how. I
post-chorus.
mean, all of that makes sense, but in my head, that's what
I see it similarly to Kevin.
yeah.
Because if you guys watched our full reaction, that's actually something that we had to do hella editing around, because everyone called this section and the build-up / chorus section completely different sections.
Oh,
so we had to
interesting.
go in and copy
Yeah.
paste, like this section is actually the pre-chorus, and so it's like blah 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 pre-chorus or like blah 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 chorus, because of the way that the majority of people interpreted it was this is the pre-chorus.
Oh, I see.
Because it's nice and floaty,
Yeah.
right? You can feel it leaning forward. There's no percussion. And then this is the start of the hook, standing next to you. But it feels like a build-up. So some people still, like Kevin, thinks it's the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
Because and like we've got rising, really great chords, right? Floating, and then the hook. But it's just instrumental, so it makes more sense as a post-chorus in my mind. But then, yeah, and I love how when we do have repeated melodies, when we do have repeated sections, it's always changed. So, for example, when we go to the second verse, hold up, we got an extension first of the hook, of the woo, and then we've got a little bit of horns. They're teasing us.
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit in the transition. And then here. So many people are saying that they love the Usher version because Usher did a collaboration with Jung and they released an entire different version. But I cannot because this isn't in there. And that line is everything. It's so syncopated and it just like explodes and it's... Okay, and now we're already in the pre-chorus.
Right.
So that's why you could say it's the verse. But the verse lyrics are supposed to change.
Yep.
So this is the pre-chorus. Another argument for pre-chorus.
What argument?
And so this is different from the time before. Right? Hold up. Do we have different? Well, the end of it is different. The end of it is
Kevin
different.
just thinks the pre-chorus is really, really long.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love how it changes to right here. And we've got more background vocals next to you. And then, this is the same. But then when we get to the drop, we're going to get some new ad-libs. Standing next to you, standing next to a new hook, standing. And now, when we were teased with brass and horns, it continues on. And you're like, oh my God, you teased us before, and now you're continuing on, and we've got this crazy ride cymbal on the upbeats going off, and you're like, this is the biggest groove of my entire life. Sorry, I ended up going as detailed as I wanted to.
That's great. Hey, I think, yeah.
And then we combined the hook. with the dance.
The drums have to be played.
It doesn't feel like A to M. It feels like A to E. So you're doing great.
Okay. And then, of course, we do bass and drums, and we've got like the Michael Jackson homage with and it's just such a fantastic meal of a song.
Woo.
Meal. I think this song really is that song. If you were to make like a top 100 K-pop songs of all time,
This is in there.
it's in there.
Oh,
It's in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%. Magnetic,
Sure.
which Kevin is actually going to talk about, maybe the only person to talk about it, because Colton and I
We've
literally
already talked
discussed
about
it like last week.
twice.
Oh, well, we talked about it before, too, because I was in the podcast.
Oh, man.
You did?
Yeah, he was.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's been a while. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I feel like,
Oops. You were?
yeah, I don't remember what I said, but I don't think my opinion has changed very
Okay,
much. I
okay.
think the beginning of the song has a lot of momentum, and then the momentum dies.
What?
Yeah, that's basically
Where?
it. So I really like the little,
Why?
the little spoken, I
Yeah.
want you.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, there's a lot of arpeggios.
And
But I just couldn't hide them.
And then the melodies go da 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 da. It's like so active.
Mm-hmm.
Da, and then you hear the da 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 da. It goes low, right? And then the first chorus happens, and I'm grooving with it, and I like the baby voice with the stop. But every time afterwards, when that chorus shows up, I feel like the rest of the song is just there to make me less and less excited. It feels like it fizzles out.
Oh.
Yeah, because for me, it's just the repetition of you. It might be syncopated, might be mad syncopated, but it's still kind of like the motion never gets as wide as the beginning of the first verse. And I feel like if you want to keep the momentum, you need to have not only like equal amounts of motion, but more surprises. And I feel like the song just kind of plateaus. And then all those stops, I kind of wish later on they would add something different, like they'll ad-lib a little, maybe like a weird little fill. I mean, I don't know what specifically, because the mood of this song is very specific, but I think they could have done something creative rather than just the same like chasm of silence each time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's one where the momentum just kind of fizzles.
We've met someone. I said before
Well,
I didn't
someone
meet someone. I've never met someone who dislikes this song, but we've got an awesome patron who was like, "I'm one," and now we have two. Well, would you define yourself as disliking this song? But
I would
have
define it as
very valid criticisms.
and I don't care for it, and I also question how this got on this list, but not as much because I have seen it on like TikToks and Reels, and I
how it went
see
viral
the
and how people
appeal of it.
Yeah.
So it's medium.
Mm-hmm. To summarize, my thoughts was I love the mix. Like this song comes on and my brain feels massaged like a
sparkly.
baby deer. Oh,
What?
The Good Place. This chime is so soothing. It's as if my brain is being my ears are being massaged by a baby deer.
That's funny they say baby deer and not fawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Or I could be misremembering the last.
Baby deer makes sense.
Oh, was it a baby deer?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's funnier to say baby deer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby deer. Yeah. Detailed production. I love the feel of the bouncy bass, the arpeggios with all the extensions, just so many notes, so many colors. It's not too repetitive. Like the second verse changes up the flow with the halftime, and the bass sound changes as well. And I feel like it's just overall, it's the right amount of busyness when it comes to texture, melody, and rhythm. Very solid package.
Yay.
This
Yeah.
is medium on my list.
Mm-hmm.
This is medium on my
Medium.
list as well.
Wow.
This is the second song that had Lauren Aquilina on it as a writer, and I think her top lining shines through here as well.
Nice.
She's just so good. I don't know how she does it.
Is that it?
I don't think I have anything else to say about this one. The production is really good. A lot of sparkly noises happening all the time. It's like, ooh, ear candy everywhere. It's a candy shop for my ears.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel that.
And then
Get
it
that.
ranks.
It's medium.
Medium for me as well.
Oh, we're all medium. Okay.
We're all medium. But I'm
Interesting.
thinking specifically I'd be shocked if we all have it at the exact same place in our ranking. Probably.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It could
We'll
be.
see.
Could be. Yeah.
It could happen.
Yep. And
Could
last
happen.
but not least,
Put.
Truly.
Literally so catchy. Oh, I've never really liked that people say like this song isn't catchy, therefore I don't like it. I've never really liked a song for its catchiness. I think I like the song for what it does behind, like how it supports the catchy repetitive moments. Because this does, I don't know if you could call it tropes, but this does all of Umu's favorite tropes.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I'll dive
I don't
into
remember.
it later
Is
if
there-
you guys want to go first.
Their modal mixture.
No, no. No
I
way.
have
There's no-
15 different.
Wait, why do you have
Reasons why
so
I
many
like
notes
this.
about this one?
Yeah.
You said you had a lot of notes about this
I
too.
do, but they're more like conceptual.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
a lot of- yeah,
It's so
there-
yeah.
There are really strong feelings about this, right? We've got people tweeting us saying, wow, this song didn't make it into your top 10, you condescending bitches. And then we've got like Safion and Tai who are like, I will lose respect in you if you like this song. So like there's extremes coming from different sides, and I just feel like the need to really be detailed in what I think about this
That's
song.
a good point.
You know?
Yeah.
So
right.
Yeah, I understand. A lot of
Yeah.
people really don't like this song at all. I think the biggest thing that people say is they hate the hook.
Mm-hmm.
They hate how annoying it is, which
'Cause-
is why I
Huh.
would like to defend the hook.
okay.
It does something that I call in my own personal head the When Doves Cry effect, which, the melodic riff
hot
on
take.
When Doves Cry.
I think When Doves Cry is terrible. I'm like the only
fine.
person on the earth who thinks that song is bad. But anyway.
But the melodic riff in that song is da 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 da. So it switches up the syncopation of repeated material, which is exactly what the hook does in this one. It's apata 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 apata. It's the same word, but where the syllables land is slightly different between both of the repetitions. And that alternation between those two types, like straight versus syncopated, makes it super, super catchy and enjoyable to me.
Agreed.
It's a very simple technique, but I think it's like the perfect amount of complex for a pop song to have. That makes sense to everyone out there.
Yeah.
I also think this song has a timeless feel to it. This song probably could have came out like any time in the last 50 years of pop music and it would sound just as good.
Right.
Okay.
It would
yeah.
like fit into the musical landscape just as well as it does today. Like it hits a lot of really classic sounding tropes. Like it's got the beats like da cha cha da cha da cha cha. Da, cha.
Okay, I was wondering.
You know what song has that? I
What?
Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. Oh, yeah, I tell you something.
Yeah, it's a 60s pop trope that has like
Okay.
endured in pop music for like ever since then.
This is a trope Umu likes because I initially tied this sound to going on a small tangent here, but it's related to what you guys are talking about with this beat. So when I hear this beat, I feel very happy. Just plain, I'm very happy. And I didn't realize that it was a 60s trope because that is the music my parents raised me listening to. So of course I have that really comforting nostalgia tied to that. But also, I don't know how other sports work, but in synchro you have sort of rhythmic clapping and stomping calls like during competitions. And this was one of mine. Break it down now. So that rhythm.
Wow, that was really long. I was expecting something a lot shorter.
We did have a shorter version as well. That's just clapping. But yeah, this one, we just like get psyched before we compete, and that's the rhythm. It's the same.
Great. Yeah.
So I was like, oh wait, that's why I like it so much because it's the good old synchronized swimming, artistic swimming days. But no, okay, 60s music.
Yeah,
rhythm
and then
trope.
the melody in the pre-chorus or chorus part one, however you want
Who
to
is
feel
my
it,
love waiting
is
for?
Yeah.
It's been used in so many songs like throughout pop music history that it, like those two elements of this song just give it such a classic feel. Like it has this, I think this song has a sense of like pop perfection to it that I really respect.
Kevin hasn't spoken yet.
So I was really hoping
That
that the positive feelings I have for this song would be a hot take for this group.
No, we actually all are giving our hot
really
take.
like
what the
opposite.
heck? Yes. No, it's great. I totally agree with you completely. It does feel very timeless, and like the my biggest I guess rebuttal towards the weak hook or like the annoyingness of the hook is that every time it comes back, it feels like the instrumentals grow a bit.
Because
they
it
do.
really does.
They literally do.
Yeah, to a lot. I know.
literally does.
Not it feels like it
Okay,
is.
it is. It does.
Yeah, I
It
know.
doesn't just feel. It does.
Yes. Yeah.
That's so funny. Listen, the anime plot twist happened to you guys.
No,
All
that's
three of us love this song. No, that's the other, I guess, trope or just writing technique that I love. Like if we go with a really repetitive anything, right? Like I say, loops or anything, it needs to change in some way. And this song is constantly growing, so I'm so satisfied. And shall we talk about like what it does?
Well, I wanted to make a point about just even the verses feel like there's a presence because I think she's pronounced Rosé, right?
Yes.
Or you can call her Rosie. People do.
Okay.
Rosé,
Yeah.
Rosie.
Rosé's, I feel like her English enunciation is really perfected here. I really like it starts with kissy face, and it always surprises me how perfect her R's are in red hearts.
A native English speaker.
Ah, shite.
She's from Australia, mate.
Oh, well, that's also surprising because the red hearts still don't sound very Australian.
It's just
Red
the spoken.
hot.
Or do you not hear an accent at all? Whoa, that new synth at the end really comes out on the speaker.
Every speaker sounds different for that last section.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, yeah. So yes, she's got great diction.
Yeah. And it just brings the song, like at the beginning of the song, I'm like, oh, I want to hear. And I like the idea that it's a song about, like getting off your phone and meeting someone for real. I think it's a message that is really nice these days. And it also is perfected by how classic this song feels.
Yeah. And you really feel set free by this song, how playful it is, like starting off with this spoken giggly Like,
Yeah.
I remember when this first started, I initially was considering this for the main series. I was like, okay.
This would have been fire for the main series. It would have been.
Oh God.
I mean, you probably would have lost a lot of sleep and sanity.
Yeah, I think I personally would have been really
lie.
stressed out of it because you'd love it or hate it. I thought when you first heard it, you weren't a fan of
Oh
this.
no, I liked.
You were always a fan?
Yeah, I was always a fan.
Okay, then I guess it's just Safi.
It was me that it grew on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got like just like so much attitude. There's absolutely no harmony happening at this point. There's no bass line. It's just percussion and voice. And spoken sounds in the background, like party sounds.
Oh yeah.
And then of course, kissy face. We got a little bluey.
It's
bluesy.
bluey, a little bluey for sure.
A little bluey.
Yeah.
A little bluesy. Na, 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 na. And that's why we got the tonic drone, which is one of my least favorite tropes. But because the top lining is so active and I love the beat of the percussion so much, I'm able to ignore what would originally turn past Umu like completely off a song. Yeah, got a little bluesiness. Yeah, and it's good register, easy to sing along with.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to this part, I remember when I was first listening, I was like, well, don't think we can react to this on the main series because when it comes to like a melody or like a really commonly used chord progression, in my past experience, typically the musicians have gone like, oh, it sounds like this song, and people get really triggered in the comment sections that we're comparing it to so many other songs. So that's when I was like, well, can't show this anymore. But it's also why one feels so comfortable listening to it. And so the instrumentation at this point,
Instrumentation.
it's just what it was before. It was before it was just the percussion and the voice. Now we got percussion, voice, and the tonic drone horn line. And then just as I'm growing tired of the pata, we've got Bruno Mars coming in with the it's whatever, it is panned left and right. So that's what I like about this song. Every single time I feel like I'm about to get tired of an element, something
Yes.
happens that distracts me
Yeah.
from the repetition or changes it completely. A lot of breathy aspirations. And then we've got, yeah, exactly. So just as it's about to be like, okay, so he's doing the same bluesy thing that ROSÉ did, we got that, which we didn't have in the first verse. And then we got the harmonizations. And I love thirds. Like, whenever there's a pop song, I will sing not in unison, I will sing in thirds above. So this is very satisfying until where they go up to a fourth.
When I listen to Bruno Mars sing this part, it actually reminds me of the really early days of Bruno Mars when he's like featured in songs like Billionaire and like Lighters and Beautiful Girls with B.O.B. Right? I just because it's so diatonic. It feels like he hasn't even gotten into like the treasure era of like getting funkier and funkier. I mean the rap, the bluesy,
yeah.
the bluesy, that definitely feels a bit more post Uptown Funk type. But when he sings that, it just really gets me back to like 2012. It's 2012 vibes.
That's
all the
the
way.
timeless.
It's like pure pop sound.
Yeah, which is great.
And the meat. I love
the
the
choice
harmonies.
to pop up on meat is like that. That
It's like a flower budding,
Yes,
flowering. What is it called?
blossoming,
blooming.
blooming, blossoming, blooming. Yes.
Blooming and blossoming. And now we've got this new synth in the chorus.
A-flat,
Dun, 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 dun. And then we immediately move on to this new section, right?
Are you ready?
Okay, her Australian accent pops out.
Wait, but before we go, like when I first heard this song, I got Taylor Swift "Shake It Off" vibes. I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be my first man again.
I totally see.
Yeah, but then like it kind of does a 180 and it becomes an absolutely insane bridge with that little I mean, go on.
Yeah. So now at this point, if you're tired of the ah-pa-ta with the tonic drone. Now we have a rock band. We've got we've got this crazy, like, high percussion sound with new vocal melody. And now it's harmonized. Yeah. And it's cool because this bridge is normally what I would call like a super repetitive song structure. But every single time the melody repeats, something changes. The harmony changes, an instrumental changes, something changes. And this is the best part. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. This is the fastest we've ever changed harmony. And also the way. What happens there, Kevin?
If it's in C minor, which I guess it's in a minor key, it doesn't sound like it's in a minor key, but it could be considered a Dorian thing.
So it's out of...
It's like a Greensleeves moment. Yeah.
Greensleeve?
Yeah. Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, never mind. There are two versions of Greensleeves. Okay, we're not getting into that right now. Yeah, we're not getting into that right now. There's like one that goes da, 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 dee, da, da. But then there's the boring Aeolian version, where it's da 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 dee, da da.
That's the one I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this moment, it's non-diatonic. It's this new color that they haven't had before, and this transitions us into the a cappella version of the...
And the next note is A flat. So we have A natural immediately followed by A flat.
Whoa.
And so even that A flat is recontextualized.
Don't.
No. Oh, you got to hear that. It's the main, not the third. You were singing the third again.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, don't wait.
Holy
don't
cow.
Wait, don't wait.
Wait, don't you?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Crazy. And now this final chorus is more full. It sounds like it's the same material as before, but I think they've got the fuzzy guitar layered in with the ascending synth that we had before. There's a new texture that fills out more frequencies that makes this last place feel more full. And then we've got this part where the chorus joins in. And I like the line. Like, it isn't just like Bruno Mars, he like noodles. He goes and then you're about to be like, oh my god, it's gonna repeat again. But they add this new synth line in that's...
It's actually quite an abrasive sound. When we jump to it like randomly, it always sounds so crazy.
It's so crazy.
But every time I listen to it from beginning to end,
you can barely hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
wild.
Crazy. I think the synth sound at the end is like, it's like midway between a saxophone and a guitar, which is like such a weird sound to go for, but I think also adds to like a timeless feel that they're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so in the end, this is actually kind of middle high for me. Because I don't know how replayable is for me personally. As I've mentioned before, I'm a textures girly, right? So I need lots of layers to be able to repeat. And this is more like of a slow grower.
Yeah, it just goes like
Yeah.
I've been showing every single person who's not into K-pop this song. And most of them hate it, but I like it every single time.
Nice.
Yeah, even like the little kids are like, I don't want to hear the AirPods in this song.
Really?
The little kids don't like it?
Yeah.
Wow.
In my experience, little kids have really been fucking with this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They like
Yeah, so I've been listening to this a lot. Like
Cool.
probably around this, I mean, Supernova I started listening to earlier, but I feel like these two I've been listening to a lot. But this one has not been getting tiring.
And how does Wifey feel about this song?
Cynthia. What do you think about Apatsa? Oh, yeah. She did not at first. So
it grew on you. Yes, exactly. Nice. It grew on all of us, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
All right, now we've reached the end of our list. It's time for like the official number reveals.
It's ranking.
So, should I just start?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, number 10, pretty, I think unsurprisingly, is Jimin Who. Followed by V's Love Me Again. And then a surprise to myself is I have NewJeans How Sweet at 8.
Whoa.
And then SSERAFIM Perfect Night, BABYMONSTER Sheesh, aespa Drama, ILLIT Magnetic, ROSÉ's Apatu, aespa Supernova, and Jungkook Standing Next to You
Oh,
at the top.
nice.
Nice. The NewJeans was the most shocking. I
Yeah,
think, for
it's,
you.
it's shocking
That's
to my own self. I don't know how it's there, but the more I can't move it up.
It's just there. I feel it's the same way for me. Number 10 for me is Jimin Who.
Yeah.
Just because it's the vocal processing for me personally is unlistenable. It just I want to support you, Jimin, but can't do it. Number 9 because I'm not the target audience. SSERAFIM's Perfect Night. Number 8, V's
Love Me Again.
Love Me Again because of the delivery and the
Wow.
once again vocal processing really wasn't my thing. It was like I like the first third of the song, right? And then number 7 is NewJeans How Sweet. Like once again, number 7 up, I enjoy. Like I have no quips with. It's just how much more can I love a song, right? So that was number 7. Number 6 is Sheesh. Whereas I
Wow,
like
me
each
too.
individual.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah,
same.
it's the same.
Are we at the same
Yeah.
exact list?
I mean, I'm not the same.
6 is Sheesh because I like each individual section, but when it comes together, realizing just like looking at it from a whole, it felt kind of like disjointed and very, didn't flow super well. So now I'm at number 5 is ILLIT Magnetic. Number 4, ROSÉ Apate. Number 3, Supernova.
Right.
Number
3.
2, I'm the drama.
Oh, really?
Which
Wow.
leaves Standing Next to You.
At number
That's
1.
number 1.
All right, give me that Spotify.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Oh yeah,
oh,
good idea.
You said you had it memorized.
I did. And then I heard 2 more lists.
And now he needs to make sure.
All right, for me. Gosh, where are we? Oh, this is horrible. Number 10 is No Surprise. Who by
Yeah.
Jimin.
Okay.
Number 9.
Jimin.
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 Yes.
Jimin. I'm sorry, the pinyin got in me. Jimin.
Jimin.
No. Wah, wah.
Oh.
Okay, 9, and I mean, based on what I've said, is unsurprisingly Sheesh by BABYMONSTER. And then 8, 8 is Drama by aespa.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then starting off the middle tier, we have Magnetic by ILLIT at 7. Yeah, that latter half just loses momentum for me. Number 6 is Perfect Night by SSERAFIM. And then number 5 is Love Me Again, because I have Love Me Again. It's like it's in the middle. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. And then 4 is How Sweet by NewJeans. And then 3 is Standing Next to You. 2 is Apate. And number 1 is Supernova.
Whoa. How do you not put Standing Next to You at number 1?
No, it's again, I feel a little bit boxed in by
Yeah.
the stylistic
He feels
choices.
boxed in, Colton.
Yeah.
Feels so boxed in.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed these top, I guess, overall, if we're summarizing everything, top 13 songs of 2024. And I actually purchased the majority of them and listened to them pretty
Wow.
often. So this has been a fantastic, fun podcast session for me. And please, if you are not in the middle of doing a task listening to this, we would love to hear your rankings as well and thoughts on the songs. My favorite thing, reading the comments to our podcast episodes, because who has the time to listen to like 2-3 hours? You're going to be dedicated if you do listen to the end. So I'll be reading all the comments. And
We actually really do treasure your guys' opinions.
I screenshot them and share them with everyone. Yeah. But do we have any ending remarks from Colton and Kevin?
It was fun. I enjoyed my experience with these songs.
Even if
Yeah.
you didn't enjoy the song.
Yeah, it's
itself.
always fun to see what
Yeah.
everyone's listening to and then having my own opinion on them. This gives me a platform for that. Yeah.
Is the high payola real?
What?
Is the high payola real? Are they paying for streams?
Are they?
How did they get 5 out of the top 10 songs?
Because
on
they
this
just
list?
write good pop other than
Oh,
one of them. Are people theorizing that?
Of course. They say that about all the big companies.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And all the big companies are the only K-pop that I hear on the Walmart radio station. Is it real?
Is it real? That's your ending statement?
Yeah, that's my ending statement.
Nice.
No.
Is it real?
I enjoyed all of these songs. I usually do enjoy the top 10 most streamed songs list. I'm just a top of the charts kind of guy, I guess. But no, yeah. Standing Next to You is so freaking good. That's it for me.
Yeah.
That's it. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.